Hello my friends, my family, my esteemed colleagues. So here we are again in a cold area. We are in Andes, pretty chilly here, high altitude, having little headaches a couple of days. It's getting better though. This video I just want to continue with explaining the cleansing. Why? Because people get confused, and no matter how many times I point out to the cleansing process and that it carries symptoms with it, people always become surprised with actual effects of cleansing. The most common surprise is when people start drinking water with sea salt, which is absolute necessity in a cleansing process. So when we start cleansing, we start drinking water with sea salt, our plasma levels in the body rises, and now the body can, through its cleansing organs, which is the kidneys, the mucosal tissue, and the skin, depending on level of toxicity, more and more of these organs are going to be involved in expelling those toxins out. And of course, if the toxins are coming out from through your kidneys, the color of urine changes, the smell of the urine changes. Toxins have a foul smell, okay, foul odor. So if your urine starts smelling bad, well, this is the toxins which are being now released through kidneys and through your urine. Now, very often, toxic levels are quite high when we start detoxifying our blood. So just about everybody starts cleansing not only through kidneys but also through mucosal tissue, which, if it is very high toxicity, the level of toxins that will come out from the blood through the mucus, and actually it's the reverse process. Instead of absorbing stuff, now it's being expelled. So they go into your stomach and they create nausea, so you may get vomiting. Or they just, if level is a little less, then you get basically diarrhea, because your intestines from these acids become inflamed. They do not absorb water, and your stool becomes soft and you get the diarrhea, which you expels the toxins out. In higher toxicity, higher levels of toxicity, your skin gets also involved, and you are going to have problems there. But also mucosal tissue is part of your respiratory tract. So if especially your lungs or your sinuses were involved in this toxic cleanse, because they have been compromised through longer time of exposure of the toxins. So now you will have the expulsion of these toxic mucus out, and you will have runny nose, you may have teary eyes, you may have buildup of phlegm, cough. So all these are the symptoms. Even before the phlegm becomes noticeable, because it is being internal still in the alveoles of lungs, so you will still have the symptom of urge of coughing, but it's a dry cough. It's not ready to release, but it is toxic load there already. This is why drinking more plasma, water with minerals, is going to speed up this detox process and pushing these toxins out. Very often I have, well, okay, before I talk about the symptoms, then also the skin gets affected, so you may have rashes, but also you will have problems. All these detox symptoms will be stronger in areas where you originally exhibit symptoms of what we call disease. So if you are weak on your respiratory tract, if you suffer from some chronic bronchitis, chronic coughs, now this is already because you are very compromised in these organs. So now when the cleansing comes through this, you become even more compromised. So these symptoms jump up, they increase tremendously. Okay, so people think, oh, I'm detoxifying, now I should feel better. Well, you will feel better after you detox, but during the detox you actually feel way worse. And people get confused. They say, well, I had some cough before, but now what I'm having, this water and salt, this is killing me. Well, you are detoxifying. But we have never been told what detoxifying is and what are the symptoms. You know, through some alternate medicine, herbal medicine, you take some herb that is going to make you urinate more. So yeah, you cleanse a little bit more, let's say, kidneys, but this is all detox, only superficial of the passages. Same with liver cleanse. You're just cleaning the passages. You are not going deep in a cellular level of detox, because every medicinal herb that you take to achieve certain body's reaction, the body's reaction is because you are interfering with body's normal actions. And body closes on cellular level, so there is no cellular hydration or cellular detox. So all these detoxes with garlic, with olive oil, with high doses of vitamin C, yeah, there are detoxes, but very superficial, only of the out cell areas, which is basically blood and lymphatic system, organ on its own, but only passages of it, but not really deep on cellular level. So when you start drinking water and sea salt, the first reaction is blood cleansing. This is not going into your cells. This is basically just raising the plasma level in your outside cellular liquid and promoting cleansing of it. So your cleansing organs that do this job start eliminating these things, your kidneys, your mucosal tissue, and your skin. And here you have these symptoms. So when you start drinking water and sea salt and your cough increases, or your nose swells and you start eliminating a lot of mucus, well, this is because here you had a problem to begin with. And now there is way more toxicity coming and being released from the blood through the same organs, so the toxic level here rises and you have way more of this mucus coming out of you. Here we go again with talking about this wrong belief that dairy and milk create mucus. Okay, this is utter nonsense, but yes, mucus happens if you are toxic, if you are dehydrated, because through milk you actually get water and you get minerals. So your cleansing is being supported. So if you are drinking milk and you start getting mucus, you start getting runny nose or diarrhea, and it's not intolerance to lactose, well, it's a cleansing symptom, because you are bringing minerals, you are bringing water, and your body says, wow, I can get rid of some stuff. So if you are having mucosal problems, mucosal issues, running eyes, running nose, diarrhea after you drink milk, it's only because you are very toxic and now you are being cleansed, and milk is helping you in this. If you don't have these problems, you can drink milk and nothing will happen. I drink milk daily. I have no mucus issues, because milk does not produce mucus as we are being told. Mucus is a result of blood cleansing. And you can have it by drinking milk or drinking water with sea salt. Same thing. But water with sea salt is way, way stronger because milk, again, brings other stuff with it, which is also nutrition, so your digestion goes on. You use a lot of energy, 40% of the energy goes into digestion, so your cleansing is being actually slowed down. But again, if you are very dehydrated on a cellular, on circulatory level, and now milk comes in, you may have some detox symptoms. And they come through mucus release. Okay, so it's actually a positive thing. It's not negative thing, as we are being told. We have to remember that this is all new knowledge because we never knew what detox actually is. It is all being suppressed. So now, through these videos and through my blogs, I'm trying to introduce you to the real toxic release and how it acts and what the symptoms are, so you're not afraid of it. Symptoms could be severe. More toxic the blood is, and more injured your tissue is already, the stronger will be the symptoms of detoxifying, especially on a level where you already had problems. So as I said, if you had skin problems before, if you had seborrhea, and now you start cleansing, this explodes and you get it all over the skin. But for a short time, after several days, it starts going down and decreasing and decreasing and decreasing until all of a sudden your skin clears up. And you are still drinking water with sea salt. So it's not the water and sea salt that gives you this bad thing. It is just that this is one of the consequences of the cleansing that is being brought onto you. And then, as I said, I have mentioned many times before, as the blood gets cleaner, now your cells start absorbing it, and as they absorb it, now they start cleanse and they throw toxins back into the blood, and your blood becomes toxic all over again, and way more toxic than it used to be before, because the amount of toxicity that is harbored by your cells when they cannot cleanse is way, way stronger and higher than it is the toxicity of the food that you eat. And your symptoms really can explode in the second phase of cleansing, which is usually 1 month after you have already started cleansing. So you have the first week or first 10 days of symptoms when you start, then they diminish, they start diminishing, then you start feeling very good, and then usually in the morning you wake up and all hell broke loose because some organ, some tissue relieved the toxic load, and it ended up in the blood. So don't be afraid, don't be scared, and don't blame it, well, my body is different, I don't tolerate this. It has nothing to do with toleration. It's a detox. And you have to get the stuff out of your body if you want to heal. There is no other way about it. You can stop the detox easily. If you get scared and you don't want it anymore, take a shot of whiskey. Take a piece of garlic, take any poison you want, and it will close your cellular structure, and the toxin that was already released, then it will be quickly cleansed, and within a day or so, you are going to feel fine because your cellular cleansing has stopped because you took poison. And every medicinal remedy is a poison that will stop cellular cleansing, which you cannot have if you really want to cleanse on cellular level. This is where I'm proving all this alternate medicine of fanatics, no, it's the wrong word, we're a practitioner, because we just don't know. We think we are using the knowledge that we are given through schools, and now we are trying to improve on it to be less damaging with our treatment than physicians are. So we don't use pharmaceutical medicines, but we tend to use natural toxic plants but the end result is almost the same. You basically stop cleansing. So even though you think that by having some plants, now you are cleansing this particular system, you are not. There are some plants which will help release another part of a toxic load, which is the emotional toxic load. Here in Amazon region, there are plenty of such medicines that can be used there, but all this can be done simple with water and sea salt. You don't have to go into this medicine. And I prove it on myself, because I did take some of these drugs, some of these plants, with zero effects, because I do not have these problems anymore. I cleanse them basically through water and sea salt. There are certain cleanses very strong, like for example, tobacco cleanse, which you drink a tea of tobacco, and then you drink about 2.5, 3 liters of water afterwards, little by little, and this allows you through your stomach to cleanse many emotions which normally you harbor in. And even doing this, I did not have cleansing there. I did not vomit, I did not have any emotional outbursts, because I did achieve all this cleansing simply with water and sea salt. Longer period of time. This is process. Don't expect results like take a pill and call me in the morning if you feel that it didn't work. Results are slow, so they start quickly. You see the detox effects quickly, but final result of healing and the final detox, because it's on cellular level and it's slow discharge of toxicity, this can take very long time. So I think that this is enough information for now. Don't be afraid of symptoms. And again, if your health is compromised, contact me and let me guide you through this process. At least your mind will be calmer, because I will be guiding you by letting you know what is going to be the next thing that you are going to experience, and I will base it on your current experiences that you have, because what will be your reaction of the body will tell me the level and the cause of the toxicity, so I can predict what will be the next body's reaction towards it and prepare you, so you don't get afraid, you don't get scared, and you go easily through this process. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Love you all. Bye.